We spent so much time in the state talking manufacturing. The president in the state last week talking about manufacturing, 12,000 jobs. And yet it seems small businesses seems to be important. Why not as much emphasis, or is it your sense there is as much emphasis on small business growth in the state?
Well, I think there is. But, I mean, our economy is made up of various sectors and various companies of different sizes and so on. Right now, it appears as if the manufacturing sector is the sector of our economy that is leading us out of the recession into recovery, and I think that's encouraging, because that's, quite frankly, not what I and a lot of other people expected to happen. But the small business sector, I mean, as I said, I was on the phone either yesterday or the day before with the director of the Small Business Administration in Washington, D.C., with Gene Sperling, who was who's a part of the president's economic operation up there. I have been on the phone numerous times with those individuals, with Larry Summers, who's about as high as you can get in the administration when it comes to talking about these matters. I met with him personally. I've been on the phone with him, with a number of governors. So we have been urging more emphasis and more assistance for small business, and I'm glad it's happening.
Are you satisfied that the banks are moving quickly enough to get those loans out?
Huntington Bank is certainly the model, and I've been holding Huntington up as a model, saying, if Huntington can do this and is willing to do this and work in partnership with us to get these loans out, then other banks could as well. Now, I don't want to beat up on the banks, certainly not in an unfair way. Much of what the banks are confronting now are tightened regulations. So the regulators, I think, are in significant part responsible for the difficulties the banks are having in making resources available. The pendulum swung too far. I mean, there was a point in time when you could get a loan basically if you were a breathing person. And as a result of the economic collapse and so on, now, in my judgment, they've tightened up too much, so that companies with good credit records, having never missed a payment, always paid their bills on time, are facing themselves with diminished lines of credit, or even having lines of credit completely canceled. And so that's going too far. And so what we've been trying to do with Huntington is to say, let's work in partnership. If you're willing to cooperate with us and our Department of Development and our Treasury of State, then there are things that we can do together to help fill in the gaps that may exist between what a bank can loan and what a small business may need. And so working together, we can accomplish that. And this is a wonderful example.
Are you confident that jobless number is going to continue to drop?
Well, Ohio created more jobs last month than any state in America, 37,000. I think Pennsylvania was second with 34,000. I hope it continues to drop. I hope jobs continue to be created. But I have said, and I continue to believe, that this is a long-haul operation. There's not going to be an instantaneous recovery. It's not going to happen quickly, but we've got to stay focused. And if we stay focused, if we invest in the right things, if we give the right support to the business community, if we maintain a healthy, competitive tax structure, then Ohio is going to be okay ultimately. We will come out of this recession. We will move into recovery. I think that's already happening, and that's going to be good.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Governor.
Thank you.